So because of the recovery efforts, most of the people who called Lahaina home have not been able to get back and see what's left. The historic coastal town was obliterated by the fast-moving flames, fed by hurricane-strength winds. In a matter of hours, this is all that was left. Buildings turned into ashes, shade trees left charred, personal belongings incinerated. This footage came to us from Jeff Melichar, a resident of Lahaina for nearly 30 years who lost 2 properties in the blaze, and he joins us now live from Maui. First of all, Jeff, how are you? How are your friends and loved ones?
I'm doing okay, all things considered. It's been a pretty horrific week. I can't believe it's been a week since the fire, but I'm doing as well as can be expected.
You have pictures of your home on Front Street before the fire in the neighborhood and now. Have you been able to actually go back and see it for yourself firsthand?
No, I have not. They're not allowing us back into the center district, the really devastated area. The video that's taken is of my street and of my house and rental house. But no, they're not allowing residents back into the central devastated area yet.
You were talking about the fact that you've lived on this island, you've lived in Lahaina for 28 years, and on the day of the wildfires, you woke up and you said you'd never seen winds that strong in all the time that you had been there. Can you describe it for me?
Yeah, we're used to heavy winds on Maui. It's a fact of life. We live with it. These particular winds were stronger than I had ever experienced, and they got stronger as the day progressed. And forgetting the fire, there would have been significant wind damage just in itself. But that's unfortunately what fueled this fire. And it went from, I would imagine, what started out as a small fire to a raging inferno in just a matter of minutes. I was astonished.
You say you literally barely escaped. You managed to throw a few things into the car and drive out of there. Where did you go?
South on the highway. That wasn't, once you got on the highway, it was easy to head south. I'm not exactly sure. I've heard horrible things that might have happened on the north side of town where residents were being blocked from leaving, and I don't understand why. But there are a lot of rumors circulating about the evacuation effort, and it was ugly, and most of that was related to how quickly this fire overtook the entire community.
Wait, roads going out were blocked?
I've heard rumors that they were blocked, and I've heard them from more than one source. I don't know that for a fact, but there's been a lot of talk lately about getting out on the north side was very difficult.
We are hearing a lot of people talk about the fact that they're frustrated at the lack of help, the lack of coordination. They feel like the state, local, and even the federal government, although we just heard from FEMA and they have talked about all their supplying, but that they're not in charge of distributing much of the aid. I'm just curious what your take is as you've been there now for a week struggling through all of this. Are you getting what you need? Are people around you getting what you need? Are you seeing any kind of coordination?
I don't know about the coordination. I've been able to drive in the Lahaina area. They allow you to go on the outskirts, and I have seen food banks, clothing. I've seen local residents setting up their cars, their trucks to serve meals. I've seen quite a bit of that, quite a bit of the aid on the ground, but I really don't know about the actual coordination with the different authorities.
We've heard also, Jeff, that it's going to be a long time. They've only searched 1/3 of the burn area. They're still searching for more than 1,000 people who are missing. This is painstaking, delicate work. It could be a long time before anybody's allowed back in there.
I would assume so. I saw lots of people that were seemingly not evacuating, and I am fairly certain that they didn't make it out. It's going to be very tragic, and I think they're going to find a lot of loss of life before this thing is fully over.
Jeff Melichar, stay safe and stay in touch. Let us know how things are going there. We're thinking about all of you guys. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.